Good Sunday morning to you. Vermont Utility Hazards Outlook will be valid the rest of today, Sunday through Friday, August the 7th. We're looking at good project weather the rest of today, Sunday. This will devolve to more warmth and humidity that will work in ahead of a cold front with the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms Monday afternoon and evening. We'll see lingering chances for weaker thunderstorm activity in the afternoons on Tuesday and possibly into Wednesday. Good project weather may return with lowered confidence, however, for Thursday and Friday to end the week. The tropics remain quiet. The main concern for utilities will be Monday afternoon and evening. We're looking at good project weather today. This is some of the storm systems here off to the north and west of us that will be pushing in and sort of stretching in elongated fashion and then sliding in with expected shower and thunderstorm activity, most prevalent across mainly northern areas of Vermont, Monday afternoon and evening. This will be lingering, as I mentioned, into Tuesday and Wednesday. One of the more standout features we've been seeing over the course of the summer has been this sort of evolution of a upper-level system that's been rotating over Hudson Bay. This has been forcing short waves coming over the top of a ridge of higher pressure, and this will rewind backwards, but this has been moving this way across over the Pacific Northwest, and then this flow coming in out of the northwest. Each little shortwave trough has been bringing just enough moisture into the northeast United States to interact and produce a series of days with showers and thunderstorms. Sometimes every 6 to 12 hours has been the case. And running this one more time, you can see that it's very, very prevalent with the ridge of higher pressure over the western part of the U.S. and then shortwave troughs diving through, and each one of these firing up a band of showers and thunderstorms. This has totaled 7-day accumulated precipitation, valid into next weekend. We can see about 1 inch or a little more than 1 inch of accumulated precipitation. The weather pattern is busy, but not necessarily one that features heavy rain through the entire period. Monday will be probably our heaviest rainfall, perhaps followed by Tuesday. The rest of looks like we do dry out according to precipitable water. Looking at the European model, this is precipitable water, and you can see that we have moisture pooling in a long, sort of elongated fashion out ahead of what will be a cold front. And this is valid at 2 p.m. on Monday. Things moisten up and continue to moisten up and then move on through. And this is when we're looking at the potential for marginal, severe potential thunderstorms across a region here. And then things kind of are a little bit less in the way of moisture, but still some moisture kind of holding out across St. Lawrence Valley, northern parts of Vermont. And then eventually, as we get into Wednesday, things do dry out. And we can see considerable drying with little brown spots there. That's all good news. But notice that the moisture tries to make a run back at us. This would be valid somewhere along about Friday evening at about 8 p.m., which could conflict with a good weather project day, so we'll be watching that. A lot of the heavy moisture will stay basically just a little bit to the south of us after we get through Monday. And this is valid at 2 p.m. This Sunday afternoon. You can see a lot of rainfall here, accumulated rainfall with generally thunderstorms across mainly the Michigan Peninsula. And that's going to continue to sort of elongate and narrow, as I showed you with the precipitable water amounts. And you can see that mainly northern areas are affected mostly as we get into basically Monday evening. And then on Tuesday, a secondary little bit of a flare-up, again, mostly across northern areas. And that lasts into Tuesday night and into the day on Wednesday. I think we'll be losing a lot of the thunderstorm aspect as we head into the middle part of the week. After that, we dry out, but even so, there's some indications there could be some minor precipitation in our neck of the woods, mainly across northern Vermont, those areas that receive most of the rainfall. And then we get into Friday afternoon, and roughly this is 8 p.m. on Friday evening. This looks like it's going to be passing mostly to the south of us, but many times this summer we've seen these work on through. This is a more organized weather system, something we'll have to watch for late in the week and into next weekend. So probability of lightning, looking at the contiguous United States, we see the cold front marching down through the Ohio River Valley and then eastern Great Lakes region. And then it looks like it clips northwestern Vermont. That's as early as 10Z tomorrow morning. That's roughly 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, Monday morning. So we can see something go by just to the northwest. It may or may not affect the Champlain Valley. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. However, the evolution is such that we'll see potential for lightning and thunderstorm activity. You can see it here. This is roughly about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then finally 8 o'clock. Most of the activity moving on through is indicated by this ensemble model from NCAR. Day 1 through 5, model output statistics, mean anomaly temperatures. In other words, the max temperatures of the day will be running a little bit below normal, and that'll continue. It looks like 3 days later, again, even getting a little bit cooler. So the northern areas of the United States will be cooling off, really all the way from the west coast all the way to the east coast. Okay, for today, Sunday afternoon, we're looking at a very pleasant day. Temperatures may hit very close to 80 degrees, as indicated here. This is centered on Montpelier. Overnight lows down to about 60, and then tomorrow, we're seeing an injection of moisture, some humidity, and some warmth. Temperature is probably elevated above 85 degrees in that 85 to 90 degree realm, and that is not really well illustrated by the apparent temperature here for heat indices. I think we're going to be in that 85, even approaching 90 degrees during the afternoon tomorrow, with a little influx of higher dew point temperatures. And taking a look at that, again, this is centered on Montpelier, and what we can see is the dew point temperatures here will be basically in that sort of 60 to 65 degree realm, but potentially could even work up in some of the computer modeling up towards 65. So not necessarily a super sultry scenario, but certainly on the humid side. This is a long-range outlook for temperature for the Climate Forecast System model, the CFS. And this will be one of the warm days again. This would be Monday afternoon. And you can see a cold front and really lowers the temperatures into the lower percentiles for below normal temperatures here, peaking out really August 6th through about August 10th or so. And then we sort of step ladder back up to near normal. Looks like another run with warmer than normal temperatures indicated downstream. How accurate is this? Probably not super accurate, but it does give you some kind of idea of the trends. And again, we're talking basically the 18th to the 22nd of August back into a little bit higher heat and probably higher humidity as well. And the Global Tropic Hazards Benefits Outlook showing areas with lower than normal precipitation here, higher than normal precipitation, and so forth. Tropical cyclone formation basically in these particular areas could be affecting Hawaii. And right now, all of the tropics in the Atlantic are showing as quiet as well. Let's take a look at that real quick. And nothing indicated by the National Hurricane Center either. That's it for now. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.